Exam mafia in India is a reality, right? Every exam in India is conducted under the shadow of the fear that something will go wrong, someone will leak the paper, and it is big business.
On May 5th, over 24 lakh students took the NEET exam at 4,750 centers in 571 cities, including 14 international locations. But June 4 results caused an uproar. Over 1,500 students received grace marks, 67 scored perfect 720s, and there were allegations of a leaked question paper. We spoke to students, an expert, a doctor, and a parent to understand the fallout of this NEET exam controversy.
And it is an absolute tragedy. In my mind, these competitive exams are, for a large part of India, passport to social mobility. So if someone is in Bankura, we have had a topper from Bankura in West Bengal, or someone is from a place like Hingoli or Amravati. The only way you will get out of the place in which you were born in and go to a better place are these competitive exams. If those people are going to give up, those people, when they crack an exam like NEET, also become local inspiration. I'll give you my example. I come from a lower middle class family in Jaipur. I got selected in IIT Delhi in 97. Everyone who came after me tried to get into IIT, and a lot of them got into IIT in our direct family and extended families. That thing is getting hurt with all this that is going on right now, and it has been very, very poorly addressed by the Education Ministry and NTA till now.
पेपर लीक की वजह से हमारे पूरे सेंटर कैंसिल हो जाते थे, दोबारा नीट भी नहीं होता था। मुझे अब फील हुआ क्योंकि मैंने अपने टाइम में ये देखा था कि हमारे टाइम में पूरे सेंटर कैंसिल हो जाते थे, और मेरे हस्बैंड भी बिहार से हैं, तो वो भी शायद हो सकता है कि वो भी इस चीज़ को उन्हें भी पता होगा कि पूरे सेंटर कैंसिल हो जाते थे। और चूंकि वो ऑल इंडिया एग्जाम्स होता था, तो हमारे बिहार में अगर सेंटर कैंसिल होता था तो वो नीट नहीं होता था, री एग्जाम नहीं होता था। तो ये उस टाइम भी होते थे ऐसा कि पेपर लीक होने के सिस्टम की वजह से, और ऐसा उसमें भी बहुत बच्चों के करियर। बट उस टाइम में क्या था, सोशल मीडिया नहीं था। तो अब सोशल मीडिया तो हमारी आवाज़ है आज के डेट में ना, तो उस टाइम में सोशल मीडिया नहीं होता था, व्हाट्सएप नहीं होते थे, इतना रिसोर्सेज नहीं थे कि आप हर तरह के करप्शन को आप कहीं से रिकॉर्ड कर सको। तो ये आई थिंक आज के बच्चों को इसका बहुत बेनिफिट मिल रहा है। हमारे टाइम में हमें नहीं मिला था इसका बेनिफिट, क्योंकि जो हो गया वो हो गया।
The NTA admitted a technical glitch after the Supreme Court's intervention, reversing grace marks for over 1,500 students and offering retests.
In 2018, the cutoff was 540 marks. NTA started conducting exams in 2019. The cutoff shot up to 583, and it has been going up every year steadily. This year it went up from 610 to 655.
मेरे मार्क्स हैं 670 और मेरे रैंक आ रही 61 के, विच वॉज मतलब ये सेम मार्क्स पे लास्ट ईयर जो रैंक थी वो अराउंड 22 to 23 लाख थाउजेंड्स थे।
मेरी कोचिंग स्टार्ट हुई थी पिछले साल मई में, जस्ट आफ्टर 23 का नीट। 23 के नीट में आई स्कोर्ड 450 अप्रॉक्स, एंड आई वाज एक्सपेक्टिंग कि इसी मार्क्स को अब 600 के प्लस तो जाना ही है, क्योंकि वही कट ऑफ था लास्ट ईयर। ये मेरा सेकंड अटेम्प्ट था फर्स्ट ड्रॉप के बाद। इस बार मेरा स्कोर आया है 641। पिछले साल जो मतलब 641 पे रैंक थी वो 6000 to 7000 के बीच में थी। सो इस ईयर का कट ऑफ एक्सपेक्ट करते हुए आई वाज एक्सपेक्टिंग 9000 to 10000, मैक्सिमम 11000।
A lot of students who were assured, at least in their mind, that based on past year trends, I'm going to get a government college. They're not going to get it. And there is an extreme angst about this fact. Now that this angst is necessarily not on the quality of paper, and the paper was very easy, and because of which the cutoff has shot up. It is because people believe that something wrong has happened. Something has happened with respect to probably paper leaks. There have been arrests that have been made in Patna. It has been established that people had paper. When they were arrested, they tried to burn it. All of that is documented.
In your time, when it's been long back, when you started your journey as and you cracked the entrance exam, how was it then, and what is different that you are seeing now?
You see, the time I was appearing for medical, there were different bodies. Like different states used to conduct their own exams. Then there were all India based competitive exam, especially for medical, CBSE used to conduct. And besides that, central universities used to conduct like IMS, BHU, All India Institute of Medical Sciences, even AMU. So there were many exams. We had to, appear for 3-4 exams to crack into maybe 1, 2, or 3. So we had to appear into different exams. Now it has come a central exam sort of thing. So there is one exam, and students do appear into that. And one exam has its merits, its demerits as well. If one exam you, due to some reason, emotional reason, due to whatever center had some issue, a question came late, there was some wrong distribution of the paper in the language, say Hindi, English. So if one examination goes wrong, your career is ruined. In medical profession, there is no any place for, single year lapse. People do take chances because, we do have a scarcity in our career opportunities. So we are, our kids, they look for drops, they look for second year preparation. But it itself is such a huge journey that you keep on adding, another year to that journey whenever there is some fallacy. So I like to say that even single examination for, every institution, that also has some problem, which has come up this time.
I get a call from my cousin and they said कि रिजल्ट आ गया है, चेक करो. जब मैंने रिजल्ट चेक किया तो मेरा रैंक 54,000 समथिंग था. एंड मैंने कभी एक्सपेक्ट ही नहीं किया था कि मेरे इतने रैंक हो भी सकती है. मैंने मैक्सिमम टू मैक्सिमम सोचा था कि लास्ट भी मेरा आएगा तो 21, 22, 23,000 तक आ जाएगा. बट इट वाज 54,000, जो मेरे लिए बिल्कुल भी एक्सपेक्टेड नहीं था. तो मेरे हाथ से तो गवर्नमेंट सीट चली गई और इसके बाद मैं अफोर्ड नहीं कर सकती प्राइवेट कोई सा भी सीट. तो मैं दोबारा ड्रॉप लेने के लिए सोच रही हूँ, पर मेरे को बार बार ये दिमाग में ख्याल आ रहा है कि बाद में फिर से ऐसा ही हो गया जैसे इस साल हुआ, तो फिर मेरा 1 साल वापस से वेस्ट हो जाएगा.
NTA gave a notification, issued a notification in December that NCERT books, which NCERT books are to be followed, and there was some confusions. If you can tell us about that.
So what has happened is, understand this problem. NTA is a national exam, right? But the book from which generally the exam has come is NCERT book. Now NCERT book is not universally followed across all the boards in India, right? So what happens is NTA doesn't mention in its information bulletin that the exam is going to be from NCERT book, because as soon as they'll do it, you know how much fuss every time happens around NEET in Tamil Nadu. They'll say, we have students who are studying in Tamil board, you are trying to impose your one nation, whatever world on us, right? So as a result, what happens is, before they will announce the syllabus, there is consultation which goes on across all the boards, right? And then they come up with, okay, this is going to be the syllabus. So the amazing thing that happened was they reduced certain chapters. So initially there were 96 chapters, now it is 79 in the new book. So 17 chapters were done away with, right? But then when the consultation happened, they added some chapters which were not even there in the new book, but some of the boards insisted that this is critical in our mind to academic excellence of the students, you can't remove them. So for example, P block elements were added. For example, cockroach was added. For example, tissues were added. So old book, 96 chapters, new book, 79 chapters. Then you add more, and they took a lot of time. It's an absolute tragedy if a preparation is for 2 years, and if you're going to tell the new syllabus 4 months before the exam, you wasted precious time of a student.
पहली बात तो जो रिजल्ट था वो 14 तारीख को आने वाला था. इन्होंने अचानक से रिजल्ट दे दिया इलेक्शन के दिन, जो कि मुझे लगता है पर्सनली इसलिए दिया गया क्योंकि वो जैसे भीड़ में हम नहीं कोई चीज कर देते कि चीज छुप जाएगी, बच्चे अपनी वॉइस रेज नहीं कर पाएंगे इलेक्शन वाले दिन. और ऐसा हुआ भी, बहुत सारी न्यूज तो इसे कवर ही नहीं कर रहे थे. अब लोगों ने शुरू कर दिया कवर करना, तो इन्होंने उस दिन कर दिया था ऐसा. और हमें फ्रेंड से पता चला कि हाँ रिजल्ट आ गया, चेक करो. फिर चेक किया, मार्क्स तो मतलब जितने कैलकुलेट किए थे हमें उतने मिले, हमें कोई ग्रेस मार्किंग नहीं मिली है. और बट जो रैंकिंग थी वो मतलब बहुत ही ज़्यादा अनएक्सपेक्टेड थी, बहुत ही खराब था. और बिल्कुल भी उसके बाद से कोई भी चीज़ अच्छी नहीं है, मतलब बिल्कुल भी ठीक नहीं चल रहा.
If you're very good, you go into a government college, fees is going to be limited. If your parents can afford, you go to a good private college. If you are neither, you're not very good and you can't afford, then you go to a Ukraine, Russia and Kyrgyzstan. So that is a via media, and then you try and come back by giving FMG exam or hopefully whenever next exam is going to come. This is the basic reason. Now on top of it, what happens is, in a government college, because you are associated with a government hospital, where you get free treatment, the patient inflow is very, very high, which means even if you are very junior, when you're doing MBBS, you literally know very, very limited things in terms of application, right? Would you be able to give injection to someone? It's anyone's guess. People are learning, right? But because the rush is so much, you get to touch the patient. You get to practice stuff. In private medical colleges, by the nature of it, because they're expensive, they don't get to do it.
We have got to know that it was Supreme Court's verdict in CLAT in 2018 regarding
Correct.
CLAT, that there has to be some grace marks given whenever the time's lost.
Sure.
But do you think for a noble profession, medical, where the merit is everything,
Sure.
then to give this grace mark certainly undermine the nobility of the profession?
It does, but you know what? In my mind, it still doesn't explain the issue of the cutoff jump from 610 to 655, because we are talking about only 1,563 students, right? This whole grace mark thing was done in a very, very shoddy manner. You're right. They applied the conclusion of CLAT into NEET. CLAT is a very, very homogeneous paper. NEET has distinct physics, chemistry, and biology. Generally, students are very comfortable with biology. They are very uncomfortable with physics. If you go by the fact that, okay, I reached till a point of time, which means he would have largely done biology, chemistry, and some physics, and you apply that rule, the numbers are going to be significantly higher, because you tend to leave the most difficult part for the end, and then you miss that part. So the grace mark does not take care of that aspect. But people are angry not because of that. People are angry because this was not mentioned in the information bulletin, that this would be a mechanism for grace marks in case students are not given the requisite 200 minutes, which is available for every aspirant. And then when students found out that something like this has happened, it was first reported by Times of India correspondent, and then NTA came out and saying, yes guys, by the way, we did this. That's not done. For an exam like this, which in general is in very, very strong spotlight, you don't do this. And they have done it. And now they're trying to say, oh, you know what, we are going to probably look at our own committee's recommendation by another committee. But I do not believe that 1563 students changes the narrative of the agitation.
Paramedics has been included this time in this NEET examination. Do you think it is somewhere or other right, or how do you read it?
You see, if you talk of logistic issues, so one examination is good, because if any examination being done at the level of 12th, say PCB or maybe PCM for engineering persons, so logistic wise that is okay. You need someone to qualify some examination, and based on that merit you do have a ranking system. You make a merit list and accordingly you distribute. So it is okay. But you know, the candidates who are appearing, they feel a pressure that 24.5 lakhs have appeared in the exam. So the students have increased. So you know, that gives sort of insecurity or some pressure into their mind.
Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan said the error occurred in only 6 centers out of 4,500, but in a high-stakes exam, every mark counts. Notably, 6 top scorers were from the same center in Haryana.
मैं ये चाहती हूँ कि रीनीट अगर हो तो वो सबके लिए हो, नहीं तो अच्छे से कोई इन्वेस्टिगेशन होनी चाहिए जिससे जो लीक हुआ है पेपर कहाँ कहाँ तक पहुँचा है, उन लोगों को फाइंड आउट करके उन लोगों का पेपर कैंसिल करना चाहिए, उन लोगों के अगेंस्ट कुछ स्टेप्स लेने चाहिए.